I like him a little broken. Hot but broken.
He's a lot of broken, but okay. Yeah, you do like them essentially crazy, so that makes sense.
Yeah.
Hi guys, welcome to another episode of Group Chat Unfiltered. I'm Eva.
I'm Maxine.
I am the wonderful Felicia.
Lies.
No,
Okay.
it's true. It's the truth. I'm delightful.
Of course.
So today, in the spirit of Queen Charlotte, we're going to be essentially giving our thoughts on the season. We all have some feelings about it.
Oh, yeah.
But I wanted to do like a quick little comparison because I feel like we're all on different sides when it comes to the Bridgerton like world. I don't know if we all feel the same way. I feel like we think we feel the same way, but we might not feel the same way. So
True.
I'm gonna ask a couple questions and we'll all just decide on which one we think was the best.
Okay.
Before we start.
I already know which one's the best, but that's fine.
Okay.
We'll keep
So
going.
in terms of like the love interest, which one did you guys prefer the most?
So that's a hard one.
See, my favorite season was season 1 of Bridgerton.
Yeah.
That was the best. You can't get away from I burn for you. Like,
I'm sorry.
That made the whole season when he said that, I burn for you. And I'm just like, ooh. Like, I need to find me a man that's going to say that he burns for me too. Now, well, context. If he says he's burning,
What kind of burning?
I might say, did you see a medical professional first before you told me that? Or just you want me?
Well, I think if we're gonna go with that, you want the current century's version of "I burn for you" because otherwise, the burning. Yeah, I would be very worried about that.
That is true. I didn't contemplate that before I said it. But I still think season 1 was my favorite. But I did like Queen Charlotte. Like, that was really well done.
Yeah.
Well, if we're talking about love interest, like, don't get me wrong, like Daphne and the Duke, I am definitely a fan. But I like the second season. I like Anthony and what's her name?
I don't like them.
I loved it because it's
I think
like,
it was just weird. Like, it was just so drawn out on how they
It was
did it.
really painfully drawn out.
It was.
see, I liked it.
I don't know. I like
You also like really bad shows and movies. Like, you live off them.
And
Like, you love them.
And?
Full well knowing, like, they're bad. You even acknowledge, like, they're horrible. And you just
Yeah.
love watching them.
I like watching
Train wrecks. Yes.
But that's not what this was.
it wasn't a train wreck, but
No.
it was drawn out a bit longer than it needed to be. Personally, I feel like it could have built more like after they got
Yeah,
together.
okay,
I feel
I
like they
agree
got
with
together
that.
and it was done and I'm like,
But
And
we're
what else
not,
is happening?
That
What else
was
is
not the
happening?
question. The question was
Love interest.
which
Okay.
love interest.
Okay.
So stop knocking my love interest. I loved that one because it wasn't love at first sight. It wasn't even like for the first season where it was like they were playing a ruse. Like they legit did not
Hated
like
each
each
other,
other.
yeah.
But there was an interest underneath it.
But I
Yeah.
feel like that
Like-
feeds just into your personality because you dislike people so much
Besides the point.
that I think it's just literally, it's just, you're looking for that. Like, you dislike people so much. You're like, honestly, I could deal with hating someone.
I have dated a few guys that I did not like them.
that's a really weird thing to admit. Why would you date somebody that you don't like?
Well, I liked them, but I didn't like them.
Okay, my choice is also season 2. I liked Anthony as the love interest.
So you were bashing
But-
me. And yet you agree with me.
But you were saying you liked the season 2 as a whole, which is what I was disagreeing with.
You said which season's love interest did you like the most? I answered, you guys piled on.
Okay. I like Anthony for the love interest. Like, yes, okay, fine. The season wasn't, I was expecting a little bit more. I just love the, like, I like the hate part. I get that.
Mm-hmm.
I think that, like, back and forth was the most fun of the season.
Oh,
The extra, yeah, like, the extra stuff was a little unnecessary. But, like, he also had the best line. Like, I burn for you, yeah, it's great. But if someone comes to me and says, you're the bane of my existence, but the object of all my desires, I'm done. I'm done. done.
That was that was
is
pretty hot.
the best line.
Yeah. But also, okay, so I do, if it's just Bridgerton, I like Daphne and the Duke. Like, they're my favorite. But I also like Charlotte and King George. I like their storyline because it's not like it wasn't a love marriage. It was a contract, but they made it work. They fell in love with each other. She didn't give up on him. And she, like, forced him, like, no, you're not going to hide away from me. Like, I'm in this. I have no choice. We're doing this.
See, if we're going with Queen Charlotte, my favorite is not what you would expect. Mine was, what was
Brimley?
Brimley and Reynolds.
That story was sweet. So storyline was going to be the next one. So you think the storyline for Queen Charlotte of the three was...
Love the storyline for Queen Charlotte.
Oh, it was so good.
I disagree.
I loved it.
You know what? It's because I'm not a horrendously lovey-dovey. Oh, we're in this together. I got you. I was watching it and I'm just like, ugh. And it's because that kind of shit just doesn't exist. Not really.
I think
There's
liked
always
it,
someone who's fucking up on one side or the other.
but I think the reason I liked it was because she was like a boss ass bitch. Because she could have just been like, well, I'm the queen, whatever, I can do what I want. She stood up to his mom.
True.
She stood up to the men. She stood up to the doctor.
True.
So she stood up for herself, and I think that's why I like it. So she wasn't like, oh, I'm going to be like a housewife, pretty, I'm going to be a queen, jewels, blah, blah, blah. She's like,
that's true.
No, you put me in this position. Now I'm doing it.
And also, like, there were moments where they didn't like each other, the king and the queen. Like, there were moments where they were like
oh, you really thought? I thought they liked each other through the entire thing. I think they literally were just playing off of they didn't like each other. I think they loved each other like all the way through.
Well, I think that they, because there wasn't a lot of communication, right? So there's a lot of things that were misconstrued to the other person. So a lot of anger. So maybe not hatred, but like a lot of anger. And like they were just the back and forth with that. Like,
yeah, I think they loved each other for the entire part. Because if we were watching Queen Charlotte and she hated him, she wouldn't have gone back to his place to go get him. She would have just been like, all right, this is my house. I live my life. They serve me food. I do whatever the hell I want. I think
she was bored.
No, she was bored.
I think that's why she went to go get him, was because she was done with being alone, and she's like, if I have to suffer, you have to suffer too.
Yeah, I feel though. I feel all of that. If you're with me and you're gonna make me feel a certain type of way, and I'm suffering, you're gonna be enjoying some of that suffering as well. I'm not doing it on my own.
All right.
I like Bridgerton season 1 storyline just because of all of the little, like, my favorite part of Bridgerton season 1 is when Daphne had to marry that vile old man. Can't even remember his name. Not worth knowing. Sorry to the actor. I'm sure you're a great person, but like your character, buddy. But my favorite part is the part where Violet, Daphne's mom, was like getting the tea from the maids, trying to figure out all the dirty deeds, and then spreads it around. That is the most epic woman scene I've ever seen.
That felt the old time version of group chat.
Oh God, yeah. Like how
much information can we get?
Yeah, we don't have power, but we have words, and we're about to use them to crush this man. And that's exactly what they did.
Disappeared.
Yeah, the whole, like, from the first episode on, I was just like, yes. And I still watch the first season, like, to this day.
Oh, I've watched it 6 times already.
I had to rewatch Bridgerton after watching Queen Charlotte because I was watching, like, my action shows because I do love my action shows. And I was like, okay, well, I know we're going to be doing this episode. I want to kind of catch up on Queen Charlotte. I want to make sure I know what's going on. So then I watched it, and I couldn't go back to my action shows. I was like, yeah, I got to watch Bridgerton. And I binge watched the first 2 seasons. Yeah. I binge watched it, and I had to because
so good.
you get into it, and with the music,
I know,
and the outfits and the dancing, and I love it.
Which brings me to the next one.
Oh well, before we go to the next one, because you guys have both said your favorite. Sayings.
Apologies. Go.
I didn't get a chance to say my favorite saying.
Oh, I'm so sorry.
Which was in Queen Charlotte. Obviously, I'm not going to say it word for word because my memory is shit.
I didn't say mine word for word.
It's in the first episode with Queen Charlotte, the older Queen Charlotte, when her son's wife died in labor, and she just goes, sorrows. Sorrows.
That is you.
I'm like,
With
that is
emotions,
so-
that's so you.
that is so me.
Sorrows, prayers.
Yeah.
That was
It's like,
And
and
every
I'm
time
out.
he started to cry, she'd go, sorrows, prayers.
That's
And just
so
the
true.
look on her face, I'm like, that is me.
Yeah.
100%.
Like you hate crying.
Oh, yeah.
Like if I was to be crying, you're gone. Like
Yeah.
Oh, I
love
leave.
you, but let me know when you're done.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
I leave every time.
Call
Or
me
I-
when
I
you're
get
when you're
awkward.
feeling good, and
Yeah.
I'll be there.
I've done the awkward tap.
I know.
Like,
We've
just-
all experienced that.
I've got.
Which-
I've even said they're there. They're there. Just,
Which, let me tell you, when you're feeling all the emotions, and then you want, like, if I want you to be there for me, give me something more than little taps. I need more than taps.
I'm sorry. That's all I can give.
That's why there was
Wait,
two of us
what?
created at
Yeah.
the same time.
I know.
Because
It's-
at least you have
She's-
me.
She's the hugger. She's the one.
I'm the
that will-
lovey-dovey.
be like,
It's
"It's
extraordinarily
okay."
painful. But when I'm crying, if I go to you, I don't need you to be all lovey-dovey. That's what she does. What I need you to do is get angry.
Oh, that's what I do though.
But you don't. You leave. You abandon me in my moment. I need you.
For you, I stay. It's awkward, and I stay.
You
and
are so awkward around emotions.
They're there.
Yeah, but if I'm crying, you're allowed to be angry and be like, why is she crying? Who made you cry? That would actually make me feel all right. What you do
I wait
is
till
just
after you're done crying.
awkward.
Because I know people like to cry. I don't know why, but people like to cry. So I let you get
It's
it
not
out.
that we like to cry, it's that we have to get it out.
yeah.
Yeah. So you.
I am a
let you-
Taurus.
I let you
okay?
get it out.
I
and
am
then
a.
I, then I get angry. I get angry after,
Yeah, but I
and
want,
I make plans
I want
where
the
I
rage
need bill
before.
money. Well, it's a work in progress.
Okay, we need to work on
Okay,
that.
because my thought process is, you need to get the cry out. They're there. Then you're done the crying. You explain to me what's going on. I plan the bail money situation and what kind of
Who are we going to hire as a
Tools.
lawyer to get you out of
tools
jail?
that I'm gonna need. Can I freeze an ice pick in time? Like, you know,
Oh.
Do we have the power tools already?
exactly?
Like,
There's
got our
lots of planning that needs to go
shovels.
on for that. I understand that part,
Yeah.
but I'm just letting you know. You know, we've been friends for long enough.
I
I
don't
don't
glad I
need-
got this far.
I don't need the taps and the. I just need you to get angry, because the anger will help me get out of the crying, so that I can just go straight into the anger part.
Nobody's
and
ever
then
happy.
eventually the tears will go away completely.
At least with you, I stopped running away when you start crying.
That's true.
Like, it's a work in progress. She's never fucking happy.
No, I'm
You
not.
can't please her.
Stubborn.
No, that's okay. That's why we love her.
Exactly.
They're there.
Sorrows, prayers. Okay, music.
Oh, first season.
Love the music.
First season.
First season.
So first season and Queen Charlotte.
First season.
First season.
First
Sorry.
season had the best. No, I will give you that. First season had the best music. Second season, I was very disappointed with the music for second season.
I was-
Although their rendition of "Dancing on My Own" by Robin still my favorite.
yeah, that was good.
It was so good.
See, my favorite rendition that they did was in Queen Charlotte, and it was Beyonce's Halo. I loved it. Loved it.
Honestly, I don't remember that.
I remember it, but it's not memorable.
Well, because I think the reason it was so memorable for me is because Halo is like my favorite Beyonce song.
Yeah.
That is like my
That would do
all-time
it.
favorite Beyonce song. So when I heard it, I was just like, I really want that if I was to ever get married. Like, I need that. That
Yeah.
orchestrated piece. Like, it was so beautiful. I
just
loved
like-
it.
I just like that they turn all these songs into orchestral songs. Like
Yeah.
the band geeks in us were.
Oh, I was dying.
We went crazy.
My favorite is like the songs that aren't really like orchestral in nature that they turned into. And I'm just like,
Oh yeah.
Amazing.
I love it.
It's fantastic.
And actually, it's funny too because I saw a like an interview, and apparently, the songs that we hear are not actually the songs that they danced to when they were filming.
Oh, I can see that.
Yeah.
Huh.
So they use different.
They use different
songs.
music, and then they in post production they
Yeah.
add in the new ones. Interesting.
Oh,
But I mean that's like how they shoot every scene, like club scenes. People aren't dancing to music in club scenes and movies and
It's
shows.
just-
always
it's-
find
They're
that-
dancing to nothing.
I find that would be so awkward.
Right?
Like, I can barely dance to music as it is, and even then, I don't even call it dancing.
It's a weird gyrating shake movement thing that you do.
That requires a lot of alcohol.
It's
yes.
very entertaining.
Yeah, I can't
bet
dance
it
without
would be.
alcohol.
Yeah,
it's
I can't
not-
dance without alcohol.
I need to be thoroughly inebriated.
Oh, yeah, because then
to
I
dance.
could give two shits on what
Yeah,
people think.
I don't care at that point.
Yeah.
But I'm too self-conscious, so I stop myself from actually dancing well.
Yeah, I do the same thing.
Because I'm like, people are looking at me. They're going to talk about it. They're going to make fun of me. And then I'm just too much in my head, so I just don't dance properly.
I know.
Fair enough.
I do the same thing.
I just dance because
Yeah, but you
Screw
have
it.
you have rhythm. I do not have rhythm.
I wish you guys would have rhythm so we could dance together.
I would love to dance with you.
I know. Anyway.
I need someone to teach me how to dance.
It's the dreams.
It is the dreams. One day.
Sometimes you just have to have friendship goals.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I think that's our friendship goal.
Okay, last question is favorite couple.
Oh, you guys already know my favorite couple. It's Daphne.
She's contemplating this one hard.
It is hard because, like, I like the Duke and Duchess.
Now okay, we'll do this one. I'll actually add one more after that. But yes, go.
I like the Viscount and the Viscountess.
I like them as a couple. I do like them as a couple. I like all the couples.
I do too.
Just because their personalities blend so well together. Because you need Daphne with the Duke. Like, his personality, her personality. Yeah. He needed her.
So well.
Because he.
No,
yeah.
In the show, like, in their season, yes. But because people were like, oh, the Duke's not going to be in the second season. But, like, I was super cool with Daphne in the second season. Because every scene she was in, I'm like, yeah. She was so good without the Duke in it. Like, I feel like they're fine without each other. But.
Yeah, they're fine without each other. But, like, as a couple, it's hard. It's hard to say. Because the way the personalities were crafted and created work so well with each other. And they're all different. With the Duke and the Duchess, with Antony and... God, I forgot her name. Kate. And then with Queen Charlotte and King George, all their personalities kind of worked well together. So it's like they each were like a puzzle piece to each other that it works so well. So I don't know. I don't think I could choose which one was my absolute favorite. But, well, I guess I could rank them. You know what? I'm going to say Queen Charlotte and King George is number one.
Okay.
Because she's a boss. Like... She runs all of it. And then Daphne and the Duke, and then Antony and Kate. That's how I'd rank them.
Okay. If we had to rank... Oh, okay.
Yeah, if I had to rank them. So not which one's my favorite, because you know what? I like all of them as couples.
Yeah,
Fair
I
enough.
like all of them.
Like, I couldn't choose which one would be my absolute favorite, because they're all different. But to rank them, that's how I'd rank them.
Huh.
What about you?
If I had to rank them... That's hard. I feel like it would almost be like a tie between Antony and Kate and Daphne and the Duke. Because I don't want to say I like one more than the other. Like, if I had to pick one, I would pick Daphne and the Duke. Just because, like, they're the OGs. It's the season I go to every time I need to watch something.
They'd be your number one.
They would be like that would be my number one. But if I'm
one.
like ranking, it's a little bit more difficult because I really like Antony and Kate. But I think the thing that soured it for me is just that the season was not what I was expecting. Yeah, that's the problem. I want to see a little bit more development from them, and I feel like
hopefully we will in the third season
of it.
Hopefully we'll be able to see a little bit more.
Well,
in the
I'm hoping
third
they
season.
also add more episodes because I think they could have done more.
8 episodes is not enough.
No,
it's not enough.
But I mean, we've also gotten so used to shows with like 12, 15, 20 something episodes in a season. So
yeah.
But it's like
really
they're
surprising.
lessening them as time goes on. Because like when we
But,
were
I mean, at
kids,
least
they had
they're-
like 20 to 30 episodes in a season, and
Yeah,
now
but
it's
they're
like 8.
There were like 37 or 40 something minutes because there's commercials. Now these are like a full hour 15 minutes.
So they could figure it out.
No pleasing you apparently either.
Really and truly. Tell that to any man I've ever dated.
Okay, Felicia, yours.
Oh, I refuse to answer the question.
You have to answer the question.
Says who?
Says us because we both just did it.
And
Okay, I'm going to rank 4 Felicia.
Okay.
you'll be wrong, but okay.
Doesn't matter.
Since you're not going to give us the ranking, I'm going to rank for you.
Fine, I will do mine. I really hate you guys.
We love you too.
Yeah. True love.
In an imperfect world, my ranking would be
Hurry up, otherwise I'm gonna rank for you.
Oh, it's so hard. I rank it 1, 2, 3.
So in order.
No, it's just numbers.
All right, so we're gonna say Felicia's ranking of favorite to least favorite is gonna be Queen Charlotte and King George. Then it's gonna be Daphne and the Duke, and then it's gonna be Anthony and Kate.
There we go.
You
Perfect.
were so wrong.
So what's
Doesn't
the
matter.
ranking?
You didn't give us a number, and you didn't give us the rankings. You gave us 1, 2, 3, and we just filled it in.
Fine.
So, bada boom, bada bing.
Fine, it's Anthony and Kate, the Duke and Duchess, and then the King and Queen.
There we go.
There we go.
Although I like all of them in different ways.
No, we all like all of
that's
them
why
in
we did
different
the
ways.
ranking rather than just choosing our absolute favorite, because we like all of them.
Yeah.
I love all of them.
I know you've seen them many times.
Watch them a jillion times. You're going to watch it again after we're done recording.
Oh, most
I'm sure.
definitely.
Yeah.
Oh, most definitely. I watched it last week. I'm gonna watch it again.
Oh, my.
I'm gonna watch it again tonight. Like, it's gonna happen.
Okay. So, I thought it was just going to be one more question. It's actually going to be 2. Okay. Next question. Favorite male character?
Favorite male character?
Favorite male character?
Oh, that's hard.
Oh,
Yeah.
I like me some George, and you guys all know my previous history, so it kind of should make sense. I like him a little broken. Hot but broken.
He's a lot of broken, but okay. Yeah, you do like them essentially crazy, so that makes sense.
Yeah. So I like me some George, but I also like the Duke because he a bit rough. I like it. Anthony is just, he's hot, but he's a bit of a whiny bitch. If you really think about it.
He has the entire weight of his family on his shoulders. I can see why he would be a little whiny.
Whiny bitch. I'm just saying.
Can we go back to like where you were before we started recording this and how much complaining you've been doing? You need to shush, and you also need to stop because I'm
didn't say
tired.
nothing. I did not say
So
nothing.
I'm just making
Girl,
sure
I've
not
been,
saying nothing, and
I
now
have been dying sick.
Now you're making me yawn.
I have been, Jesus.
It's so easy to make you guys yawn.
Fuck you.
Sociopath.
So okay, no, I mean fair enough. Yeah, he was, but he had a lot on his plate. The man was juggling a lot.
And that's why in the first season, he had the opera singer to help relieve some stress. Calm down. You had your fun. Like, you good. Like, you don't
Okay.
need to whine and complain. Like, okay, if you have to be the man of the family and step it up and find a viscountess, stop bitching about it. Like, you lived your life. Do your duty now. You knew it was going to happen. Like, it's not a surprise. That's why I said he's a whiny bitch. It's like, surprise. No, bitch. Like, you've known your entire life. You're the firstborn. Your name starts with an A. You're the first. It starts with an A. Like, come on. You've known all your life. No, actually, Benedict.
You stole mine.
Forgot about him.
He was mine.
He was
Okay,
mine, too.
I'll let
Oh
you-
really?
Yeah.
I'll let you guys keep him because
Well, I like Benedict for a few reasons. One, because like he steps up when he needs to,
True.
but he actually understands that he's lucky that he's not the firstborn.
Yeah.
and he's just funny and quirky and
Yeah.
living his
awesome.
life and doing what he's gonna do. And like when
And
he
he's an
got
artist,
when he got high
which
as hell,
super down for it.
That
when
was
he got high as
hilarious.
hell, I was
Yeah.
laughing. I was like, "Are we gonna take some of these clothes off?" Like, you can. I won't say anything about it. Let's do this.
Now I can't stop yawning. Now I hate you.
I'm sorry.
It's all your fault.
Just get it out of your head. It's fine.
I am curious
Jeez.
who the next one's gonna be in the third season. That's gonna match up.
Oh, I already know.
I-
It's Colin and Penelope.
Yeah.
Oh, is
They've
it?
already- They've already
said it.
Oh,
Yeah,
okay.
it's Colin and Penelope.
Because I haven't really
Which-
looked into it.
Like, okay, fine, but also, I really wanted to see more on Benedict. Because that would have been... I know we essentially saw a little bit of him in each season, but, like...
Maybe they're going to take this time for him to figure himself out because he was in the art school
Yeah.
doing all that.
Yeah.
figuring out himself. So maybe that'll be the 4th season
Yeah.
that we see for Benedict.
I want to see how. Anyway, we'll talk about all that stuff after because there's still other things to talk about. Okay, and then obviously favorite female character.
Oh,
Lady Danbury. I'm just
I was
saying
going
it
to
right
say
now.
Lady Danbury.
she is.
Number 1.
I was going to say, and it only solidified more in Queen Charlotte.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
Like, she only solidified it even more for me.
Yeah.
Like, literally how miserable she was in her marriage. And then when her husband died, and she goes out to her.
She's like, we won't be needing as many baths. It's like, oh, this bitch.
I was
This shit
dying.
planned.
Dying. Lady Danbury, she is my all-time favorite.
Yeah, for sure.
Yeah.
Outside of the like other main characters, I would say Lady Danbury. It's like she is a main character, but I think like out of the couplings,
Yeah.
subtract them from it, I would say Lady Danbury's my favorite.
Oh, she is.
Well, okay. A non-couple though is Violet Bridgerton and Lady Danbury together. I think
They're
they're
the best.
amazing.
Yeah, they're the best together.
Oh my
They're
god,
so good.
They're dynamic. 'Cause
Fantastic.
You have the sneaky, saucy one.
Yeah.
And then you got
have
the
prim and
mother.
proper,
Yeah.
but will kill a bitch if you mess with her kids.
She's a
Like-
mama bear. Like,
Oh hell yeah.
Oh my god, the combination of the two when they're scheming together,
Fantastic.
love
Oh,
it.
So good.
I respect
Yeah.
that kind of friendship.
And you know, actually, just going back to the couples who I really like that they don't really talk much about is Penelope's sister with the husband, the
Oh,
one that sneezes
yeah.
all the time.
Oh, the one who likes cheese.
Yeah. I actually really like them. I think they're really cute.
They are cute.
Super cute together.
I like when they tried to go out into the rain and dance.
And Danbury's like,
No,
no,
we're
we're
good.
not doing that.
That's not what this is.
Oh my god.
Oh,
Okay, so other than Lady Danbury, because obviously that's a given.
Yeah, other than Lady Danbury and Violet.
I love. Oh fuck, I'm so bad with names. Daphne's sister,
Eloise.
That's it. I was like, it starts with an E. I was like, Eleanor. No, that's wrong. She like legit.
She's
I
like,
love
she's
her.
you though. Like,
I have. Okay,
Like, I don't
finish
need
your
a
thought.
man.
I have a thought.
So I like her because like she's not like a girly girl.
Yeah.
She wants more out of life and she's willing to fight for it and she's just trying to figure out how to fight for it.
Mm-hmm.
And like there are parts where I'm like, okay, you're getting a little too whiny, a little too judgmental, but overall, and I say that that's more so just young, naive behavior, but
Yeah.
overall, like the core of her, like I love her.
Yeah, I'm pretty much on the same page. Like I like the I'm a woman, I don't have to fall under these same rules, but she's just excessively whiny about it. Like that's the part. Even in season 1, I was like, okay, we could do without all of this scene of you. Like when she was talking to Penelope about going to school and like all this stuff, and I'm like, this conversation should have stopped like 3 sentences ago because now you're just complaining and it's just gnawing at my nerves. We all get it. We're well aware. You're a strong, independent woman and you're trying to build your own way, but you're also horrendously wealthy and can really and truly do whatever you want if you work it the right way.
But you also got to think as well. They're doing a period piece, and at that
No, I
time,
know.
women did not have as much say as they would like. So
They
that
didn't,
I track
but-
it to that. So that she's still young. She's very privileged.
Mm-hmm.
She doesn't know the struggles of the not so wealthy
Yeah.
at that time.
But like,
So
think about it. Like, even when she got the ability to try to research who Lady Whistledown was,
that was entertaining,
right? That was an opportunity for her to work with the queen and really like come onto her own and use it as an opportunity. But she really just complained. She couldn't figure out who it was, and then it was taken from her, and then she was complaining. Like, you had an opportunity to like find an out, and it never. I don't know. I don't know. I like Eloise. I think that the idea of her being like strong feminist and all of that is great, but I think that they've made her character just a little too whiny.
I'm curious to see what they're gonna do with her character for the 3rd season.
Although the end season, when she finds out that Penelope is Lady Whistledown, that whole scene, I give her props for it because that was badass. That part, down. The whining, no. No. And obviously, everybody's favorite is Lady Whistledown. And I love that they used... I just lost her name. Oh, my God.
Penelope?
No.
No, the
God, I can't believe we just lost...
Sound of Music.
Oh,
It just completely...
Julie Andrews.
Thank
Yeah.
you.
Julie
It was there, and then I said it, and I was like... Yeah, I love that Julie Andrews is the voice of Lady
Oh, her
Whistledown.
voice is perfect.
It's fantastic.
Perfect for it.
You can't get... I couldn't think of a more perfect name. Perfect voice, sorry.
Perfect name.
I couldn't think of a more perfect voice to do that particular
Oh yeah,
scene.
no, they chose well. And so I saw an interview with her, and they had asked her if she would ever be like shown in it, and she was saying how, because they've introduced who Lady Whistledown really is, like Lady Slim to None, which is like, I'm perfectly fine just being the voice. And I was like, you know what?
Yeah.
She likes the role that she's got, and she's content, and you know, she's not trying to push into something that maybe she's not, like, she really doesn't want, and she's not being forced into it. Mm-hmm. Because they might have offered her like a background role.
I think it would be kind of funny if she like showed up at one of the balls as a viscountess with her husband
would
and
be
introduced
cool.
herself as somebody else, but the voice is that
same,
would be
yeah.
hilarious.
Okay,
but
that would be cool.
yeah, kind of like what Stanley used to do in all of his movies. He would just pop in as a random character.
Yeah.
You just slot one in.
That would be really cool.
That would be kind of cool.
Okay, I would pay to see that.
Yeah.
That would be amazing.
But to add her in as a full character, I don't think.
Or it's like as like a grandma.
Yeah, something like that.
Yeah.
I think that would be cool. But no, I think it's nice that she acknowledges that she's the voice and she's fine with that. That's okay. She doesn't need anything else.
I think they should make her as Penelope's grandma.
That would be hilarious.
That would be.
so funny.
Wow.
You know, it's really funny. I actually don't like Penelope.
You don't like Penelope? Wow. Why?
If you think about it, so she started doing the writing, you know, as a way to be seen because she's not seen in her day-to-day life. But then she just uses it to get what she wants.
Yeah, she was spiteful for a couple things.
Yeah.
Like,
That's true.
what happened with, the cousin
Oh yeah.
who was interested in Colin and whatnot.
Okay.
Like, use that so that Colin didn't marry her because she was in love with Colin. That was just spiteful.
Yeah, but at the same time, she was in the wrong. That was some sneaky shit.
It was.
Like, she...
It was. But it was Penelope's mom that started the sneaky shit.
It's true.
Because if Penelope's mom didn't start the sneaky shit...
Yeah. It's true.
You know what?
But
Speaking of Penelope's mom, I like and dislike her.
the second season, I was giving
like,
her flowers.
She's a shady bitch, but
Yeah.
she fucking hustles to
Yeah.
take care of her
Oh,
family.
yeah.
Yeah.
100%.
She deserved her flowers in season 2 because that was at the end.
Yeah, for that one, at the end of season 2, I was like, you know what? I'm not even upset with her on that one.
Yeah, that was a glorious end for her. Yeah, she done right. But I love. I still like Penelope. I don't know. I get.
It's just shady.
The shady
She's
part of
so
it.
shady.
But she had a rep to keep up. At that point, like, the beast had been born and she was just continuing its growth.
It was so shady. Just the little things that were done. Like, in general, okay. Like, she's fine. I got no problem with her. Just the shadiness of some of the shit. And then she'd, like, cry about it after. Bitch, you did it.
Well, she gotta
Like-
hold up the, like, she's not in her day-to-day life. She's not Lady Whistledown. She can't act like...
No, but I
it's
mean,
not
like, in
better.
private, she's, like, crying. And she, like, one episode, she, like, snaps her quill and whatnot. Bitch, you started this. Like, you did
and she's
it.
fighting between Lady Whistledown and her own personal life. It's
Shady
difficult.
bitch. She is shady
Once you've
bitch.
created something and it goes in a direction that you don't intend to, it's a hard battle to balance your actual life and whatever it is you've created. And that's what she was going through. Did she do some shady shit? Hell yeah, she did. But she was also fighting for A, making sure that her friend didn't end up getting arrested and accused of being Lady Whistledown. B, saving her own self from being accused and arrested for being Lady Whistledown. But also trying to keep her friendship alive while also being in love with her best friend's brother. That's a lot of shit.
I do laugh that
You can't even manage a 9 to 5 sometimes. Let's be real. None of us can sometimes. She was juggling like 4 9 to 5s.
You know what? Sometimes working those jobs so aggravating. It's aggravating. You got all these people you got to deal with, and we do customer service, girl.
No, I know, but that's what I'm saying. Imagine 4 customer service jobs at the same time.
No,
Exactly.
Shoot
That's why
me.
Penelope cried her quill and started crying.
Shoot me. Oh my goodness. I saw the funniest thing on Facebook. I'm just going to sidetrack just for the customer service. This guy, like, I knew I wasn't meant for customer service when a customer told me I wasn't doing my job right. So I responded, can you show me how to do it?
I mean, I feel like that's the feeling of everybody in customer service
Yeah.
from the beginning until the end of time. So
I just wish we could say that.
that'd be wonderful. Just one day a year where we all get to tell it, but then nobody would call in to customer support or go into any retail store
That is true.
because they know it's the day, and we just wouldn't tell people that it's the day.
Just change it up. So every business has their own
And it changes
talk back
annually.
to customer days.
Yeah.
So you never know.
And it should be during like a big sale, so everybody's going in to get their stuff because it's on sale.
Oh, that'd be fun.
It'd be so good. And they don't know which sale it is because there's multiple sales throughout the year.
You just never know.
That would be hilarious.
All right, let's dive in to our thoughts on Queen Charlotte. I know we talked a little bit about it, but
I loved it.
yeah, obviously
I will say it over and over again. Loved it. I will probably rewatch it again tonight.
We didn't say it at the beginning, but obviously spoilers, tons of spoilers. Sorry we didn't say it before. Spoilers. Because we're going to be just talking about everything that we can. So,
I love the actors and actresses chosen.
yes.
Oh, they did such a great job.
They did a good job.
They chose
Such
them
a good job.
so
Yeah.
well, so well. And that's just and normally I don't like shows that they go back and forth, future and past kind of thing. I don't really like that, but it worked out so well for this.
It added a lot of really good context.
And yeah,
That I
they delved in more into, like, I didn't know Lady Danbury had kids,
Yeah, I didn't
Yeah,
either.
didn't.
and Queen Charlotte did not know that she had kids. I assumed,
Well,
but
No,
like,
they said it in like the first season.
historically.
She had 13, 15
15
kids. Yeah. But it
Oh,
was
yeah,
like
they did, didn't
a brief.
yeah.
Yeah,
kinda
like-
Because she
overview.
wasn't the main character too, right?
Yeah.
So it was
so there
just
was
brief.
like no showing of that, but like Queen Charlotte, they actually showed all of this stuff, and even Violet's past, they showed her. I loved seeing her as
As a kid?
yeah, being
Yeah.
younger and all that, and like
It's
getting-
crazy. Sorry, I didn't mean to cut you
Oh,
off.
that's okay.
It's kind of crazy and also a little bit sad because as a child, Violet was so inquisitive and she wanted to learn different things and she had so many opinions and thoughts about stuff. But then you see her older and she like can't even talk to her daughter about sex. Like she can't talk
Yeah.
about anything because she's so scared to say anything that's like not considered proper.
But it kind of explained Eloise.
yeah,
Like it kind
it
like
explains how Eloise is the way she is.
yeah.
Yeah.
My favorite part of Queen Charlotte is that they didn't try to hide racism.
Oh yeah,
Yeah.
them having the two
separate
sides put together. Like
Yeah.
I really appreciated that they didn't try to like gloss over that time period, even though
it wasn't completely accurate.
No, and it even says it at the beginning of the season.
yeah.
It
It's not
says
good.
it's not an accurate. It's a fictional depiction.
but they didn't try to gloss over the
Yeah,
racism.
They
kind
showed it
exactly
in a way that would fit the storyline.
and I liked that.
I also find it hilarious that they even had to put the warning that it was fictional. We know that Queen Charlotte was not black. We're well aware of that. It's not something that we have to go into the history books and assume.
This is also the same, culture of people that have to be warned on coffee cups. Caution,
But-
coffee hot.
That was a legal thing.
Yeah, but I'm just saying, like,
It's not that we have to be warned that it's hot. We know it's hot. It's just that someone sued and now
I'm just saying
they have to cover
like,
their butts. But yeah,
it's the culture that has to be warned.
know.
Or don't eat Tide Pods.
well, anyway.
Same culture. So it does not surprise me.
No.
Yeah.
We could keep going on this list.
It's true.
Don't keep hot laptops on your lap.
I mean, I still do that to this day.
But I'm
So,
sorry, like, how do you not know to move it when it gets too hot?
True.
Like, how do you get, first or second degree burns? It takes a while
it does.
with a laptop getting hot. I think that was intentional. Anyways, I digress. No, I liked that they show like racism and it wasn't all washed over like, oh, it never happened. No, people, it's still happening. Like it's people of color can go, okay, all right, so we're obviously represented, and it's showing kind of how it came about, and I liked seeing that. So it's like it's showing how it came about. So because of the queen, now people of color now have titles. They're getting
land.
They have land titles. They have money. They have standing within the community, and that it wasn't easy because Lady Danbury's husband died. Then you had all of them kind of come to her like, hey, like, is this just one generation? Is this being passed down? Like, this is on your shoulders. You need to get this figured out so we know what's going to happen with our children and our families, kind of thing. So I liked seeing that.
Yeah.
I liked seeing Lady Danbury and King George's mom.
Mm-hmm.
And like the one scene where she's like, I don't like you, but I like the banter or whatever it was that she said.
Yeah.
So put yourself together, and then she poured the alcohol in the tea.
That was a solid scene.
Like, it was so good. Yeah. It's like, it shows, like, you don't have to like each other, but we've got business to deal with. Like, you need to pull yourself together. Like, be the badass bitch that you've been thus far.
Mm-hmm. Keep it going. Like, don't stop.
And I honestly feel like that, like, Lady Danbury and Princess, is it Agatha?
I think so.
Yeah. I think that back and forth that they had is probably the reason why Lady Danbury, like, she was already a strong woman, but I think that made her even stronger.
Yeah, she learned more.
Yeah, I think that King George's mom taught her exactly how to run and how to work within, like, that. It's like, yeah, okay, you were in, like, nobility with your people, but now you're playing in a whole nother court. You're in the queen's court now. You have to act a certain way. You got to play the game different, and she taught her how to do it.
Yeah,
which is why she was in season 1 and 2 as amazing and successful as she was, because she learned.
I do like that it wasn't just one storyline in Queen Charlotte.
Yeah, they expanded it to a whole bunch of different people.
Yeah. And it kind of explained a lot of stuff, so it made more sense. So going into the 3rd season of Bridgerton, we're going to go, okay, we understand
we have a little bit more backstory.
Oh, I'm hoping for the 3rd season, Violet gets some love. Because they set that up in Queen Charlotte.
I know, I wonder who's going to be.
Because having those sexual urges, what was it? Her garden
is blooming.
Her garden was blooming.
I'm like, shit, my garden's been full bloom for a while now. Like, is that what we're doing? I need to call my guy and be like, my garden's in bloom. He's going to go, what the hell are you talking about? I was even talking about watching Queen Charlotte, and I was like, you'll never watch it. And he's like, I'd watch it with you. And I'm like,
no.
I was like, you would watch one episode and be bored. And I'm trying to explain to him, like, they turn, like, the music, like, popular songs now, like, they'll turn into, like, orchestrated pieces. And he's like, you've already lost me. I'm like, you're so uncultured.
Uncultured swine.
Uncultured. If it's not a video game, he ain't gonna watch it.
Oh.
I'm like, Jesus, like, just let's get some culture. Like, watch Queen Charlotte with me, please. No,
it's so good. Like, I don't even think we have the time to talk about all the amazing parts in Queen Charlotte.
It's true. I do have to say, though, I liked learning more about Brimsley.
Oh my god.
I liked learning about, because at the beginning, when he was walking behind Queen Charlotte, I was like, who the hell is this man?
Yeah,
and then he introduced himself, and I'm like, yes, okay, great, we're going to learn a little bit more about Brimsley. I'm ready. And, like, his personality, like, he was there from the beginning. He was always going to be watching over the queen, no matter what. His whole job was watching over the queen. And then he had the king's guy.
Reynolds, I think.
Reynolds, yeah. Like, they were together.
I loved them together.
I didn't know what happened. Did I miss it? Did it show
No.
why?
No.
Okay. So we
No.
don't know what happens that they're not together.
No, and that
Okay.
pissed me off. You
Okay.
got the where they're in the past and they're dancing,
and you
they
see him
go
older,
like,
and he's dancing
dancing
alone, but you
I
don't know
know.
what happens to him after.
Yeah,
So
that pissed me off.
I'm thinking, either
Like, did he
just
die?
Yeah, that's what
or
I'm thinking.
like,
Maybe he
Well,
died, passed away.
That's what people are theorizing.
Yeah.
But like, don't leave a girl hanging. Like, I need to know. I was invested in their relationship.
Yeah.
I
wanna
was
know.
down
I
for
want to know what
this.
happened.
I
Like,
wanna know what happened.
obviously, nothing. They wouldn't have been able to be out in society.
No,
together.
for sure.
But like,
That was a
just-
cute ass couple, and I want to know more.
I would have loved to still see Reynolds alive and being like taking care of the king because like he loved the king.
But they were both ride or die for their, like, they knew what their jobs were, and they were
yeah.
going to do it freaking well. When he busted in that room trying to get King George out of that freaking water, I was like, yes, take him out, knock him out, let's go drag him. Like, he's ready to do what he has to do. That was amazing. And like Brimsley for Queen Charlotte, anything he had to do.
And he was so subtle about it because he was very careful with his words, but he helped her like
he helped guide her to be the queen that she became.
yeah. Oh yeah.
Loved it.
And for her to do like the shit that she did, like even that went against like the king and his mom and things like that, and Brimsley had a part in that. Every time like it was a part where he gave her a little bit of a idea, I was like, ooh, look at you being sneaky. It's like I can respect
I'm curious if they're gonna do another season of Queen Charlotte.
I hope so.
I kind of hope that they do another season.
I don't know if they can. Like, how much further are they going to take it, though?
They've got the kids.
I see. That's what I was thinking. Is like, could they go more now talking about the kids? Because one of her sons got married. They're pregnant now, and it was like a really sweet moment and stuff. Okay, cool. But like, how much further? Like, I just don't know how much further you want to take it.
Because they went so far in the past.
Yeah,
Like, and it
They've
was just
got
the beginning
time.
of King.
Yeah, she hasn't
King
even gotten into
George's-
like the high hair, like wigs.
That's true, and where her
the
style
cocaine
came from.
use
and the king
all that
isn't too
stuff.
far gone into. I'm pretty sure it's
Schizophrenia. It's what it
Like,
seems like.
I was reading up on what they thought it was because I was intrigued at that point. I'm like, all right, I'm not really down for like British royals history because it's not the part of history that I'm all that down with, but it's history, so I'll try to dive into it. And they had so many different theories on what it was. Schizophrenia was not actually on the list.
Really?
Yeah. They think it was some kind of like bipolar. So, well, again, everybody has their own theories. One of the ones that I saw was like a bipolar, like manic bipolar disorder or something like that he had.
Okay.
And I was like, okay, yeah, maybe. But I would have thought, like,
I think
now, granted, from how they depicted it in the show, my immediate thought was also schizophrenia.
Yeah,
Well,
because
yeah.
like
Yeah,
he's
based off of the
speaking,
show.
like he's speaking of like the heavens and Venus and
Yeah.
all that stuff. Like it just kind of presented as what we know as schizophrenia.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So like when I first saw it, I was like, I think that fucker's schizophrenic.
Yeah.
Like
Yeah, there's a few different things I was reading up, and everybody has their own theories. Obviously, it's really difficult. You can't
Yeah,
diagnose
no.
something from so long ago, but yeah, the one that I saw that kind of rang the most through what I was reading is a lot of people thought it was some kind of manic bipolar disorder.
Yeah, but schizophrenics get manic too. That's
Yeah.
the confusing part because they presented it as like manic episodes, but there's quite a few mental conditions that have manic periods to them. So like it's hard. The only reason why I think schizophrenia is because of like the disassociative behavior and like the talking to like Venus and like the heavens and stuff like that. And it's like.
But again,
Queen
that's
Char-
like
that's the
how they
depiction.
depict
Yeah,
it. We
so
don't know
I'm
how it
going.
actually
I'm just going
was.
based on the depiction on Queen Charlotte. So like
Yeah.
actual like what happened to King George. Not a freaking clue. I never looked into it, but just based on the depiction for this, like how they depicted it, I'm guessing schizophrenia.
Yeah.
Anyways, back to what I was saying. I think they can still do a lot with the show
Oh, they could.
because, like I said, they showed the beginning where he was trying to deal with it, and like he didn't have as many episodes as like in the future, like in Bridgerton. So they could do it where how they're handling it together, because in the first season he's trying to do it on his own, and by the end that's when she starts to really be a part of it as well.
Yeah.
So the second season, it could be the struggles of having their children. And with that, and like the society and this and the other, because at that point the society didn't really know much about
what was going on.
They heard the rumors and things like that. But in Bridgerton, everybody knew.
Yeah, the queen, the king's like mad.
Yeah. So how is like, because at that point he was the king. Yes, she was the queen, but he had all the power. She doesn't have power. So maybe the second season is when they start to, where she starts to get all that power, and she is the queen, and everyone bows down to her, and the king is not. It's like he's taking a step back.
And actually another section, because they like to do like two kind of storylines in one. They could do Victoria meeting like. Being courted by her husband, because we don't see him because he died. So like you see him briefly in the second season, just showing how he died with the bee sting.
Oh, Violet.
Sorry, I said Victoria.
Like,
yeah.
Okay,
Violet. Sorry about that. Yeah. Violet. I'm horrific.
No,
with
it's
names.
okay. I was like, okay. Anyway,
horrific with names.
Violet.
So Violet, like, see how like she met like her husband.
Yeah, that's
and
true.
how they courted and all that stuff.
There's so much more that can be done.
That's true.
There's a lot that could be done.
You've convinced me. They can do another season or two, possibly. Yeah, because I'm just over here in charge of what goes on at Netflix.
Oh, if only.
So many shows would come back.
Yep.
I would also like to see. I kind of want to see a little bit more of like what happens with Lady Danbury after, like the relationship between her and Princess Agatha, because I feel like there's like how Violet and Lady Danbury are in Bridgerton is how her and Princess Agatha.
Oh yeah, there had been schemes.
Oh,
between the
for
two
sure,
of them.
they had to scheme. There had to be schemes.
Yeah.
That's where she learned it. It has to be that. Because
she wasn't scheming like that.
Yeah,
like,
she was scheming for her when it came to her husband with the maid. But I mean, the excessive, I think she learned that from the princess.
Oh yeah,
for sure. So
we definitely need to see more.
I wouldn't mind seeing more of that. And then also if she has any other love interests besides Violet's dad.
Well, they kind of brought that up in Queen Charlotte, like near the end, how she had other love interests, but she knew how to keep it hidden. She knew how to keep her mouth shut.
Well, even just like when it was back in present time and they were talking and Violet had all the hats out and everything. And that when that scene kind of ended, they sat down for tea. And it was like, okay, I need to know what's going to happen with this now, because Violet is well aware.
Oh, she figured
dad.
it out.
Well aware. Does she think that they slept together? I don't really know. Not 100%. And on the side of Lady Danbury, she could have played that off as, yeah, after I lost my husband, your father was so kind to me, brought me a hat to cheer me up. That's what I thought she was going to do.
She threw a curveball, like, yep, Queen Charlotte's brother.
Yeah.
Totally distracted her.
Completely distracted her.
Oh, yeah.
But, like, the hat, if I were Lady Danbury, that's how I'd play it off. Be like, yeah, you know, after I lost my husband, it was my time of need. He was so kind and brought me a hat. It was very to
cheer me up. You know,
exactly.
He was a great friend.
Yeah, so maybe that's what we'll see in another season, or maybe in season 3 of Bridgerton, they'll kind of drag that part out, because I don't really know where it falls in the space. So, it's falling chronologically.
Yeah, so it falls in right after the second season.
Yeah,
because they talk. So Violet talks about Anthony being on his honeymoon and how Eloise and Penelope are fighting.
Yeah, so it is chronological. Yeah, so I guess in season 3 we might see a little bit more of those two's interaction related to Violet's dad.
Yeah, I wonder how tight they're going to have. If they do have a second season of Queen Charlotte, like, how are they
going to tie it all in?
Yeah. I'm hoping there's a second
It's
season.
interesting.
We'll find out soon. We should find out soon if they're going to do a second season or not.
Yeah. It could take up to 6 months to a year.
Let's hope it doesn't take that long.
I just don't want it to be like a Stranger Things thing where we're waiting like 2-3 years for another season. I can't. I'm already waiting for another season of Sandman.
Oh, I know.
You can't. I'm gonna watch. Like, we watched Stranger Things. I'm gonna watch the last of it. I'm gonna finish it off.
Watching that, by the way.
Finally.
Yeah.
I'm gonna finish it off, but it's getting painful. If they do the same thing with Queen Charlotte, I'm gonna have some words for Netflix and Shonda, because my soul cannot take it. It's too much.
I know, we wait too long.
Any closing thoughts on Queen Charlotte?
I love it. I wish that I could go to a Bridgerton event where I can dress up in those outfits.
They had it here, and I'm so sad we didn't go.
I know.
When they had it in Toronto. Maybe they'll do like a Queen Charlotte version.
Maybe. We'll have to
Again,
go
and we
to
can
that.
go.
That would be nice.
Take photos.
Go for like
and
high tea.
dye in the outfit, but it'd be so worth it.
It would be worth it.
Just to do it once.
Yeah.
Definitely want a second season of Queen Charlotte. Looking forward to the third season of Bridgerton.
I know they haven't given us a lot, like the date that they're going to release it. I'm
so annoying.
very much looking forward to it. They're estimating in the fall, but more likely December
For third season.
for third
If
season.
they put it where it gets released on Christmas Day again, I don't know. I'm sorry, ladies, but if they do, we're watching Bridgerton
Oh, that's fine.
for Christmas.
That's
We're
fine.
pulling an American Family. It's not going to be football. We're going to be watching Bridgerton.
That's fine.
I'm perfectly
And you
cool
know,
with
it's
Who's gonna
eight,
fight us?
It's 8 episodes in the season. That's more than enough time to get the turkey cooked and all that stuff.
Exactly.
Watch
You guys
it.
just come over earlier,
Mm-hmm.
set everything up.
Yes.
Listen, he's got to do he's the turkey man. So he's
Yeah.
taking care of the turkey. We just do the sides and the desserts.
And that doesn't
So
take much time.
We can prep all that the day before.
Yeah.
You know what, maybe
Exactly.
come over the day before. We can all prep it, have it all in the fridge, have
Ready
it all
to go.
so that we know if they do release it on Christmas Day, we know.
First thing in the morning.
First thing in the morning, you
Come
guys
over.
We set everything up. The kids will go do their own thing, and we are watching Bridgerton.
Yeah, it's like,
Exactly.
kids, leave us alone.
Yeah,
Don't bother
this
us. This is our
Mommy's
time.
Yep.
This is our time.
Yep.
We'll have our wine. We'll have our snacks.
Oh my god,
Our charcuterie board.
Ooh, the charcuterie.
Yeah.
I'm very excited.
Yeah.
I liked Queen Charlotte. I definitely would have liked slightly. I don't want to say slightly more, because I feel like it's just me being greedy. I am greedy, but I think I feel like there was a lot. There was so much development on Lady Danbury and her backstory, the beginnings, and
Yeah.
her relationship with Violet, and like how they're connected even before like the Duke and Daphne, and then
They kind of just cut it off.
Yeah,
and
they
it,
left
it
it
left you
hanging.
hanging.
they left us hanging, which fine, as long as you're giving us another season. Because if you're just ending it, and like if either you're giving us another season and giving us more in Queen Charlotte, or you're going to extend it in Bridgerton, cool, fine. If you don't give us anything, there will be hell to pay immediately from not just the three of us, but every other fan. I just feel like the ending of Queen Charlotte with them under the bed, it was really sweet. But when it ended, I was expecting another episode, like one more episode. I don't know why, but something about the way it ended. I knew that was the last episode because I saw that it was the last episode. But I also was like, I don't need like a whole another thing. I just needed a little bit more to end it off at.
Yeah.
And the way it ended almost also felt like that was the end. Like there wasn't going to be another season, which is why I was like a bit concerned, because they flash back between the young them, the current them, and I was like, is this it? Are we only getting one season?
I hope they have a second season.
Because that's kind of what it was giving me. So that's why I was left a little like I just got a like taste on my tongue, and I'm waiting for the full drink kind of thing. I don't know. So that's
it's like a little snack, not a meal.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Exactly. Bridgerton, the first season, that was the whole meal. We saw the beginning, we saw the middle, we saw the end.
Yeah.
Right? We got the whole thing.
I think they did it really well for the first season of Bridgerton, because they weren't sure if they're going to get renewed or not. So it's
True.
like if they didn't get renewed,
At
it's
least.
fine. It kind of closed off for that chapter, and it is open for more chapters, but that chapter was
It's like a
closed off.
soft close.
Yeah.
Whereas Queen Charlotte, it was kind of like, and
They left a lot hanging. They
What are
left
we
a
doing?
lot of questions unanswered.
there's quite a
Yeah.
few storylines that
That need
haven't
more.
really been fully developed. We only got like a little bit of it.
A little taste.
So hopefully they'll do a second season of Queen Charlotte.
You know what? Maybe because so Bridgerton was a book, like it's a book series. Queen Charlotte is not.
No.
It could be anything, and it could be as long as it needs to be.
I think if you think about it, I think they did it this way for the first season to get people to be like, no, we need more.
So the more interest that there is, the more likely they're going to do.
Yeah. Hopefully.
Well,
So, putting it out there, Shonda, we want more. The people have spoken. We are part of the people. We'd like some more. Also, if you do not give us more on Brimsley, there will also be hell to pay.
Oh, yeah.
Because that definite. Need
I'm
more.
invested in his storyline.
I loved him in Bridgerton. I love him more now that I saw him in Queen Charlotte. I would like to know more about him. We don't always need to know about the mains. Sometimes we need to know about the behind the scenes people too, because they're interesting.
Yep.
Final little tidbit, because it's also happening around the same time. The Renaissance store. If y'all have not gone on TikTok and clocked some of Beyonce's store, what is wrong with you?
I have not. My TikTok is not that kind of stuff. My
Mine is
TikTok.
mostly food.
As women of melanated color, of women with
It hasn't
melanin,
popped up on mine.
It hasn't popped up
on
on
my
mine
For You
either.
page.
I am shocked. Now that I've said it out loud, it better show up on your feed.
I hope so.
The concerts are wild. The fashion, fantastic. The visuals, breathtaking. The twerking, nonstop. I am here for Beyonce's ass shaking from side to side. I am here for the voguing. I am here for all of it. It is phenomenal.
It'll probably pop up on my For
I
You
hope
page
it
now.
does, because
Oh,
it
yeah.
is bomb.com. I know
No,
that's such
I
an
might
old
have-
person for me to say, but it's amazing.
I might have to take a look and see what's going on with that. I don't get that, like that kind of stuff popping up on my For You page. I get a lot of like the tech industry or like AI.
Mine is
I
food.
get some food and I get TV shows. I get a lot of like
Oh, yeah, I
TV
get a lot
shows.
of-
Oh yeah,
pop
in
up on
parts.
mine.
Yeah, I get
I
that.
get
too.
I get
lot of-
sucked into them. I'm just like, okay,
See,
let's
for me,
let's
mine's
keep watching
food.
it.
Mine's food that I'll never make.
Or Amazon finds. I get a lot of like
I
the
get
Amazon
Amazon
finds
finds.
stuff, and I'm
Yeah.
just like,
You got to get on that. It's so
Now I'm
because
hungry.
people do the like they do the fashion checks before the concert, so people will show off their fashions and everything in it, and I love it. Her bathrooms are gender neutral.
oh, awesome.
The whole idea of it is to be like a safe space for people in the LGBTQ plus community. So gender neutral bathrooms.
Love it.
There's people on there's voguing, ballroom. It's amazing. It's so good.
Okay, now it definitely needs to pop up on my For You page.
Yeah, it's so good. And she's doing a show in Charlotte, North Carolina, where the whole bathroom debate started. She's actually doing a show there.
okay.
Yeah. So people are waiting to see what's going to happen when that
Oh, yeah.
when that
Oh,
happens.
you know.
It's
know.
going to be
It's
interesting.
going to be a
But
shit
nobody's
show.
stopping Beyonce and no one's stopping the Beehive. So I doubt that there's going to be all that much of an issue. But yeah,
I'm curious to
it's-
see how that plays out. I'm gonna have to keep an eye on that.
Yeah, her tour is amazing. I know her tour and Taylor Swift's tour are going on at the same time, and like people are trying to make it into a competition, but other people are like, it's not a competition. They're
not.
both powerhouses of their part of the music industry. Leave them be. I'm
Yeah.
not a Taylor Swift fan.
No.
I will admit I like Antihero. I think it's a good song. I've listened to it. I've blasted it in the car, and I've had my white girl moment. It's a good song. Am I a Taylor Swift fan? No. But can I respect what she's doing? She made her business. She's doing her thing. Yes. Beyonce is somebody I grew up with. I've listened to her from
Beyonce's
Destiny.
iconic.
Yeah, Destiny's
Like,
Child
can't
onwards.
compete.
Her bills are now being paid by everything she's been making in all these albums. So yeah, like they're great in the industry and where they stand with each other, like in their space. But I'm here for all of the Beyonce TikTok. I'm so here
I'm gonna have
for
to
it.
keep.
It's
I'm
so
gonna have to
good.
take a look now just to see and keep on track of that because I love I love Beyonce.
Yeah.
I like Taylor Swift. I'm not a Taylor Swift like super fan. I'm not a huge fan, but I do like her music. I like her songs. But if I gotta choose,
Yeah.
it's Beyonce.
Yeah.
Every time without fail, it's gonna be Beyonce.
We grew up with her.
Yeah, we
grew
grew
up
up
with her.
Destiny's Child.
Yeah.
Like that's
I mean, Taylor Swift also, in a way, we grew up with is just we've had Beyonce longer for us because
well, we can
our song.
we identify with Beyonce.
Yeah.
Like it's coming from a time, especially in Canada, we didn't have like even a lot of like the pop music was white people. It was a lot of white singers, white people. We had, Scary Spice, with Spice Girls, and then we had Destiny's Child. We didn't get a lot of people of color
Especially in
in-
like groups.
in groups, especially women being well known here. So we were able to identify with
Yeah.
Destiny's Child, with
Yeah.
Beyonce. We were able to say, okay, my God, like there's somebody that looks like us
But you know what?
doing well.
I gotta give Taylor Swift her props. Like, she fought for her music. She fought to get her music.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah,
out
didn't she
around.
like re-record
She had to
her entire
she had to
album?
re-record all of them for new masters
Wow.
because she didn't have the rights to her masters.
Yeah.
That's wild.
You know what? And I'm the same as you. Like, I'm not a massive fan of Taylor Swift. I respect her music. I like her music. I respect her music. I think she's extremely talented, and I hope that she can go as far as she can with her music career. But I'm not like a big fan. But
Yeah.
I respect her hustle. I respect her taking a stand. I respect her being like, you know what? You want to take my music? That's fine. I'm gonna make my own music again.
Yeah.
But this is gonna be mine, and it's hers.
Yeah.
I fucking respect that.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
I think that's awesome. And like I was saying before, our song was like her first song that the three of us ever listened to.
Oh,
and
yeah.
you and I used to sing that shit all the time.
All the time.
Right?
All
So
the time.
there is some of our growing up where we had listened to Taylor Swift songs at one point or another. But Beyonce, I feel like, is the artist who I've heard throughout all of the periods of my youth, of my adulthood. She's just always there. Her and Rihanna,
Yeah.
they're both always there.
Yeah.
There is every major period of my life, I have a Beyonce or a Rihanna song that's linked to it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Right? And that's why for me, I'm all about the Renaissance tour all over TikTok right now. It's
I'm
it's
hoping it
wonderful.
pops up
I
on my phone.
love that she's
I'm
still
hoping.
doing her
Yeah.
thing.
So take a look
Fantastic.
at that.
Yeah. All right. Well, with that, thanks guys so much for joining us for another episode of Group Chat Unfiltered. We hope you enjoyed all of our Queen Charlotte / Bridgerton spoilers.
And
And all the side
Beyonce.
things.
And Beyonce spoilers, yes. If you have not clocked it on TikTok, go clock it because it's fantastic. We are so happy to have you guys join us again for another episode. And as usual, do not forget to
Like, share, follow, love,
Subscribe.
all the things on all the platforms. We're a little bit here, a little bit there, a little bit everywhere.
fantastic. All right, guys, have a good one and see you later.
See you later.
Bye.
Bye.
Bye.